Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the new Obsidian Duel Academy! I am your host, Lady Sarisa. Today... Oh, wait. Before I even go further than that. Welcome! Class is now in session. Today we are joined, going down the list of the thing. He apparently is Mr. McDonald's Wi-Fi because he's on that McDonald's Wi-Fi currently. Give it up for Absol!
Mommy.
Mommy, he says. And then, I think he's been really quiet. He's currently muted as well. Give it up for the wacky duelist himself, Vast! Who I think is AFK. Absol sounds familiar. Alright, so, at the beginning of every video, as we always do, we'll go ahead and go into the deck list, and we'll try to go through it as quickly as humanly possible with enough information to also help you guys out if you ever decide to play this deck. Going first, we have 2 copies of Danger Mothman. He is a discard card. He is basically like Dark World Dealings, but is Walking Monster. We have 2 copies of Fabled Grimrow, which allows you to search cards, but since we're not running that many Fables, while still also running many Fables, we are only running 2 copies. 1 copy of Stardust Synchron. It can special summon itself from the hand or graveyard, so it doesn't even matter. Then we have 2 copies of the Fabled Ganesha. Ganesha? Yes, Ganesha. This card can special summon itself and is a walking beat stick, but we only use it because it special summons itself for the Synchro spam. Then we have a playset of Junk Synchron. This is going to be a little bit unorthodox, but Junk Converter that also is being ran in this deck. Allows us to search this card out and have some plays with our Fabled cards, even though technically they don't really need it, but I also don't really run pure, so... General Kenobi. Next, we have 1 copy of Danger Uchinoko, and then 1 copy of Fabled Kushino. Kushino is a really awesome card. It can continuously return itself to the hand, causing you to discard more of your Fables for more interactive play with your own deck. Next up, we also have 1 copy of Danger Jackalope, which also allows you to have another body on board, no matter what. 2 copies of the Fable Abonk. Could run this at 3, run it at 2. It basically allows you to special summon itself from the graveyard by discarding a Fabled monster, which allows more combos to be played. Then we have the playset of the Fabled Cerebral. I personally believe is the best Fabled card in all of Fabled. Personally. Hi on you. Like and subscribe. Then we also have, since we're special summoning from the extra deck, or not extra deck, from the graveyard so often, it would make sense to play a playset of Doppel Warrior. Then we have a playset of Junk Converter. Like I was sitting there saying, it allows you to bring your Fableds into the graveyard that do stuff in the graveyard, and allows you to search out your Junk Synchron, ideally. Then we have 2 copies of the Fabled Chawa. The Fabled Chawa allows you to special summon itself by discarding a Fabled monster. Then finally, the only card we're actually going to be special summoning, ideally, off of Junk Speeder is Rocket Synchron. Yes, it counts as a Synchron monster. That's it for the monsters. That's 27 monsters in total. Then we have, for 10 spells, we have 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army to search out our Doppel Warrior, ideally, or Junk Converter. And then we have 1 copy of Card Destruction because we love to make things happen from our graveyard. Then we also have 2 copies of Dark World Dealings, which is good, but bad, but good, but bad. And damn it, Steven, you hit me with a distraction dance while I'm trying to go over deck. All right. And then we also have one copy of Monster Reborn for more, it's self-explanatory. Playset of tuning to search out your Stardust Synchron and maybe your Junk Synchron if you don't search it off of Junk Converter, but mostly it's going to be Stardust Synchron. And then since we do actually banish cards, we play 2 copies of DDR, Different Dimension Reincarnation, to get our banished monsters back and have them out for more synchro plays. Then, unfortunately, our only trap cards, where it's also our only hand trap in the entire deck, because if you try to run too many hand traps, your deck clogs. We have a playset of Infinite Impermanence. Alright, and then in the extra deck, we have 1 copy of Cosmic Blazer Dragon, then 1 Baroness de Fleur, and we're hit with another Distraction deck by Akira. Alright, anyways. Then we also have 1 copy of Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, also known by some of the members of the Duel Academy community, Crystal Wing Synchro Booty Dragon, because booty!
Nice.
And then we have 1 copy of Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. It's a level 7. It possibly can go into. It's a negate monster for monster negates. So why not? You could probably switch this out for something else, but it's entirely up to you. Then we have 1 F.A. Dawn Dragster, which can do a lot. Good spell and trap negate effect with a piercing effect as well that I didn't even know we had. And then 1 Stardust Charge Warrior, because you can go into level 6s and then draw cards. And then since we like to draw all day long, we have TG Hyper Librarian draw card. And then we have the Walking Pot of Greed, Fabled Reagan. 1 Junk Speeder, which we are going to use to get our Rocket Synchron out. 1 the Fabled Unicorn, which isn't always... Oh! Creepypasta gifting the subs! Thank you! Thank you for doing that! You the best. Then we also have 1 Martial Metal Marcher for more, synchros. 1 Formula Synchron to make it a little bit easier to go into your Cosmic Blazer Dragon. We are running some Link monsters, only 3. We have 1 Access Code Talker for a big body on board outside of Cosmic Blazer. Nightmare Unicorn, because there are some interactive plays with this. And then 1 Crystron Halqifibrax that basically gets our Fabled Kushino out. Which is also another reason why we're only running at 1. Then we have 2 copies of Nibiru in the side with a playset of Artifact Lancia, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, a playset of Triple Tactics Talent to deal with those hand trap heavy decks in game 2 and 3, Dark Ruler No More to deal with those massive negate boards, game 2 and 3.
I activate this card. Well, I activate this card. Then I activate this card. And I activate this card. Activate this card. I activate this. Well, I activate this. And I activate your mama. Then I activate... What?
Okay, anyways. We have 2 Cosmic Cyclones. For more back row hate. We have 1 Called by the Grave, again to defend against hand traps. And then, finally... Red Reboot, because by the words of Fire in the New Obsidian Duel Academy, fuck yo chicken strips! Okay, so that is it for the deck list. One thing that I want to point out is that this deck is extremely hard to pilot. Even I'm still having issues with, actually making plays and consistent plays with this. It's strong. It occasionally bricks, but in competitive play I probably won't take it to any tournaments, maybe some locals here and there. there's still a lot to do with this deck to make them really, really good. In my personal perspective, there are some individuals that sit there and say no, but this would work well at locals or in casual play. Because it does give you strong negate boards and high attack monsters to beat over your opponent's low ADBD stuff. So, without further ado, I think it is now time.
Get your game on!
Damn, Absol, you're still going with those thickish decks. No, I'm just kidding. You're fine. I'm shocked I'm not angering Tori. It takes a lot to anger me, actually. Oh, I see you're allowing me to go first. All right. So we're gonna activate this card. That is fine. Special summon Shukinoko. Activate. Boom, boom. Special summon. Oh, normal summon, perhaps? Yes, we're gonna normal summon right here. Normal summon, activate the effect. And then we should be able to get Fabled Reagan out on board. We'll go with this one, in case we get a Fabled monster. Draw. We did not get a Fabled monster, unfortunately, and that basically sits there and says, no more cards. Let's just try to draw more cards and see what we can do. Yep, there we go. Draw a card. Hit! Alright. Hey, Absol, I hope you really don't mind the cards in your hand, because card destruction! Fuck. 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 Ba-doom, ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. There's a lot of thought process on Absol's part. A lot of thought process on Absol's part. Oh, shit. More card effect. I feel like I have made a grave mistake here. Because Shaddoll have graveyard effects as well. So card destruction actually helped Absol out, improving their game state, while I'm over here trying to create a game state. Which kind of makes me a little bit of the sad, you know? You know what I mean? Alright, let's activate Danger Mothman. Alright, that's what I was afraid of, but it is fine. No, we'll stop there, actually, and then we'll actually go into Crystal Wing Synchro Booty Dragon here, so we have at least 2 negates and wish we could do more. F8 on Dragster, Defense Mode, and then we'll call it a turn from there on out. F8 on Dragster will be really good because they are playing Shaddoll cards and Invoked. Okay, so I know exactly what they're playing. They're playing a very interesting deck. Congrats, you played yourself. Yes, I did. So Absol's deck is strong. It's one of those decks that shouldn't work, but it does. What it is it's Flower Cardian invoked Shaddolls. Now the invoked package actually helps because the Shaddoll package, but the Shaddoll package only works because the Flower Cardians have a tendency to send those Shaddoll cards into the graveyard. So so essentially Absol has a lot going on for him that allows him to have some interactive plays if allowed to continue on. First, let's activate this card. That's fine. Not what I wanted. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. I hate to do it this way, but I'm gonna do it. Yes. Send that back to your deck. And then if this card sends to the graveyard, all monsters you control... Okay, so... that won't do you really any good either. Unfortunately, you do have 3 cards in your hand, so you're going to be able to out-resource me, and that's another issue with this deck, is that you can eat... your opponent can... Oh. Okay, usually your opponent can out-resource you at any given moment. It doesn't matter. It doesn't care. It just out-resource. This time, I guess he didn't really have anything in his hand, and he might have actually pricked. Oh, okay. I think I know what he says. He's saying numbers. I know what those numbers mean, but I'm not going to give anything away. Starting construction of my very first EDO deck just might take me a few days to finish. Wow, that's going to be a long time. All right, so we're going to go ahead and now attack you directly with 5,300. I want to point out that this deck doesn't always brick. This is actually the first time I've seen this deck brick at any given point. Because this deck, the deck that Absol is playing is it will trade some consistency, but a lot of it kind of works in weird ways together. Or it will take me about 3 hours. I would guess around 3 hours, honestly. Okay, if Absol knows what he's... Okay, so no, he's not going to do it. Oh, well, I guess suppose he does have a light, but usually most players will actually take Alistair the Invoker and go into Artemis the Magus Moon Maiden and use Invocation to go into the Invoked Mechaba. However, I think what they're actually going to be doing is they're trying to go into Invoked Allegadius or something like that, where they're going to have a monster that when it's summoned, it's going to pop my card, while allowing Absol to take advantage of the game state afterwards. We might see that here, unless they're going to go into something completely different. Because I don't imagine them to go into Caliga. Can Augusta require... Oh, right. Requires a fusion. I forgot about that. So your options is probably... oh, yeah, you're going to go into Mechaba. Okay, that's what I thought. Which means I can't use Access Code Talker's effect because frick, your pot of greed. But yeah, I can't use Access Code Talker's effect because as soon as I do it, if he has a monster in board or in hand, which I'm assuming he does, or especially he will, the moment I activate Access Code Talker's effect, and this is for those that don't know, Mechaba will actually destroy. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and attack over it. Alright. Okay, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. We're going to set one card and pass. We're going to have to let that go through because... Well, I guess we could have negated it, but it's fine. Now they're probably going to go into that one card that I was talking about earlier. Now that they have a fusion. Here it is. Right, I can't chain. I forgot about that. So I played myself by not getting the card. Or not negating Alistair. I should have negated Alistair, but it's probably fine, right? I'm sure it's fine. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna activate this to negate invoked Agodius. Already got an idea of what to make, but don't know how to put it in. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, special summon Junk Warrior, get Doppel Warrior. Doppel Warrior in defense mode. We're going to have to get Junk Speeder out first and foremost. Junk Speeder will be able to get our other cards that we need. So activate Junk Speeder, activate Doppel Warrior. Yeah, you're not going to be able to use Agodius as effect, but I'm sure you're thinking about it. We're gonna have to get Junk Synchron and Stardust Synchron. I was reading, thank you, and I understand. Alright, so we have access to Baroness de Flor. And TG Hyper Librarian. Alright, you know what? We're actually... Let's see. 5... Let's see. 5 and 5, that's... So, okay, so we're gonna go into TG Hyper Librarian. We're still gonna go to the Baroness de Flor. But in order to do so first, we're probably gonna have to use the Stardust Synchron's effect. Are you sure you understand? I do understand. I understand plenty. For I am intelligente. We're gonna go ahead, send the Junk Synchron to the graveyard. Special summon Stardust Synchron. You are still probably reading cards, I'm guessing. And then we're gonna get Baroness de Flor. Baroness de Flor is gonna be on the board. PG Hyper Librarian's effect activates. It's gonna ask me if I want to use Baroness de Flor's effect. I'm gonna say no. We're gonna activate Baroness de Flor's effect to pop Agodius. I'ma slap my mama. What? What? Did you just say you were gonna slap your mama? Alright, battle phase. I attacked your face directly. This is the first time I actually beat the deck, to be honest. Alright. You're my mama. Wait, what? I'm a what now? Yo, I need an adult. I need an adult. Alright, so... I am an adult! Alright, so... As weird as this sounds, I'm going to try to, drop some cards here. We're gonna actually drop a Tuning... and then 2 Mothmen. Don't want to do the Mothmen, but we're going to do it. And place in our artifact Lancias. And then we are going to side deck complete. I'm going to still have your stream up in the background to help you out, Tori, but I'm going to go play a game with my brother and hubby. Alright, have fun! Thank you for the support! Alrighty. Magical Meltdown. Yes, we're gonna activate this now. Right here, right now. You feeling lucky, dog? Wait, how are you still able to fusion summon? I'll try, no problem. Kick their butts, show them who the queen bee is here. I'm just fixing a couple of things on my channel before I go live again in 18 minutes. Ooh. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, that's right. Shaddolls don't give a flying fuck. I may have slowed you down in the invoked package, but the Shaddol package is coming on strong. Which puts me in a very, very tight spot here. When a special summon monster activates the effect while you have a Shaddol card in your hand, you can negate the activation and you destroy that monster. Send one Shaddol card from your hand to the graveyard. I have to hope that you do not have a Shaddol card. Alright, from the sounds of it, that means you do not have a Shaddol card. This is why I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore, lol. It's fine, it's fine. It's fine. Yes, we'll activate Doppel Warrior's effect now. Now Doppel Warrior is going to be used as my little bitch as I go into TG Hyper Librarian right here. And then Fabled Synchron's effect allows me to get 2 more tokens. And then we are going to lock ourselves into Synchros for the rest of the turn, unfortunately. So we're going to tribute the Abonk, which is probably a bad idea, but it's fine. We're going to now go into our Junk Speeder. And yes, we're going to use Junk Speeder's effect to get a Synchron monster ideally out. Looks like they're thinking. And yes, they apparently did have a freaking Shaddol card, which I was not expecting. I was not expecting the Shaddol card, which puts me in a very, very tight spot, which I'm going to see if I can't get out of. Why am I lagging all of a sudden? Alright, well, let's fix itself now. Yes, we want to draw cards. I hacked you with my McDonald's Wi-Fi! Yeah, my frame rate's just acting all sorts of weird. We can get a Junk Synchron out. I love this deck! I can see why, too. Like, you have every right to love that deck. It shouldn't, but it does. I haven't noticed anything on my end. Yeah, it's like in the game area with my mouse, like everything like slowly slows down. Waiting, waiting, waiting. You get an effect go off, you're targeting a card, so I'm going to go ahead and negate. Well, because you are targeting it. Destroyed. And I got a big boy out now. He become big boy. He do become big boy. Oh, and you get the Flower Guardian Pine, which I think you get to special summon that card now. Get off dial-up then. This isn't the age of StarCraft no more. Wait. That's what this game is? Wait, StarCraft? Nah. Alright, so now we have a 6,400 attack monster staring at you down to face, and that is not a Flower Guardian. That's Omega Summon. What? Interesting. Target any number of your banished invoked monsters with different names. Special summon them in defense position. That is interesting. Also, unfortunately for us, with me having already used my 2 negates, you can't use that negate, or you can use your cards. But thankfully, with you not having any Shadal cards, or any cards at all, we don't have to worry about the negate effect of Shekinaga? So hopefully we can go for game here now. Oh, but you have a flip summon, which means you can destroy and banish one of my cards now. AKA Clear Rain Synchro Dragon. I should have kept my mouth shut. I played myself! No, I'm dumb. Okay. Oh, because each effect is once per turn. That's right. And we also have other plays we can do. Right here. Right meow. We are going to attempt to go and get a monster out. In fact, I think I have an idea of who to try to get out. But first, before we can try to do anything else, we need to get you. Okay, and then we're going to normal summon. Activate the effect. Get Doppel Warrior back on board. Honestly, happy I added the Shadal fusions. That was a really good idea and touch. Like, I can't, like, argue it in any way, shape, or form. It was a good touch. I liked it. Alright, so because I do want to use the effect, we're going to go ahead and do this, and finish. Now, Nightmare Unicorn's effect will activate, allowing me to discard a card, and we are going to shuffle your Shadal monster. Nope, we're not going to get the effect. And then we are going to Synchro Summon into Reagan. Reagan's effect will activate or trigger, and then Doppel Warrior's effect will trigger. Reagan allows us to draw a card. We have a Fabled monster, which allows us to do the Fabled combo right here that we really don't have a whole lot of power to do, so I don't know why I did that. It's fine though, because we can still go into our Access Code Talker, which will then turn around, activate an effect. Then we will activate the effect of Access Code Talker, banishing a monster, destroying the Void, Pelchadal Void, Pelchadal Void's effects, and cards of the graveyard, blah 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 blah. And then we will now enter battle phase and go for game. Absol surrendered. So this is the perfect time to end the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next video. Class dismissed.